Well, Gabriel Jesus is injured. Gabriel Jesus is injured. I tell you what, he's injured and he's having a groin injury and he's not going to be part of the squad that is going to be playing against Aston Villa today. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani. Heavy smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David, he is my name. And continue to subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers and let's continue to show love. And Man United have gone ahead to lose to Brighton away at the Falmer Stadium in a game that has been really there for United to win, but United has gone ahead not to really do the due diligence to obviously bury those points into the back of the net. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, we thank Allah for the gift of life, and let's obviously let you know that we are powered by Mono Gadgets dealers in brand new phones, brand new laptops, and even if you want to use phones and use laptops from the UK, they have them. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and you can as well WhatsApp them on the same number. Then later you can go to TikTok and obviously follow them up, search for Mono Gadgets, and the rest is really gonna be history for you, and you'll enjoy it to the fullest because they really give you the best of the best that you deserve as far as this gadget world is really concerned. 200 likes marking this video, and let's obviously kickstart it off. Now the story is gonna hit to coming through from a credible source. I've already told you that team news and ticks, this is a fly on the wall that obviously brings you the latest news from us, especially as far as the transfers are really concerned, but most especially onto the injuries and the team squad, you understand. And we've been told by team news and ticks that Gabriel Jesus has not traveled with the Arsenal squad to face Aston Villa due to a groin issue. Now this guy is one of those that I predicted that this is going to be his make or break season at the club of Arsenal. This is his third season, and I tell you, if he continues to be injured, as he has always going to have to be, then Gabriel Jesus is going to find himself really sold. I tell you, Arsenal will plan to move him on next season because he has not going to have to obviously give himself a chance. He has not going to have to help himself because I've gone ahead to back Gabriel Jesus, and I believe that he can come out and obviously score the very many goals that people really think he cannot score. But the problem is, there is no way you obviously go ahead and obviously score those goals when you are always injured. And we've gone ahead to get a start that Gabriel Jesus has been injured for 184 days since joining Arsenal, excluding this latest groin injury. Doesn't matter how good you are, if you are really available, if you are rarely available and even more rarely at fit for fitness, it's a big problem. So that is it. It's written all over the wall. We all believe that Gabriel Jesus is a very good player. He can really win games for Arsenal. He can do what we call the due diligence when called upon for to do the job. But how are you going to be doing the job if at all every time you are called upon, you are not available? You are an injury-prone player. You get. That is my worry about the lad, because when you look at what he does, we all have to admit he's a very good player, and you would love him to be fit in there for you, but the player, he's always injured, and I don't know whether they're obviously going to keep him around like they're going to have to do Thomas Partey because of his mentality and having those leadership skills and doing the needful when it comes to motivating the players of Arsenal, but it is really not going to pay off as expected. You need to put in the required shift altogether as you really expect lots of things obviously coming through and really happen. So for me, I'm really thinking that Jesus has to make himself available. If he doesn't, I tell you, he's really going to find himself in a position of really being thrown under the bus because he's earning a lot of money, because he earns close to £250,000 a week at the club of Arsenal, but he's not readily available. And the moment you're not really available, then you cease to make sense at the club of Arsenal. And this is not the knee injury that he has always gone ahead to have. And he has gone ahead to have very many different injuries. Muscular injury, knee injury, ankle injury. Now it's a groin injury. Now, what is what and which is which? So, this is where the big question is going to be raised, that are Arsenal going to late their season run with them having only one striker, because Eddie Nketiah looks like he's going to be moving on to the side of Nottingham Forest. And in the due course of him moving on to the side of Nottingham Forest, I tell you, it really sends message to Arsenal that they should obviously hurry up and really get in a striker who can obviously be physically fit. Victor Gyökeres, I was going to hate to speak, and I'm going to be really getting you that link very soon. And he's really doing the due diligence. It obviously inform himself that something can happen. He's really optimistic that this deal is going to happen. And the injury of Gabriel Jesus has to send a message to every person at Arsenal responsible for this season that they need to do the needful. I know they're having Trossard, he can do the job, but if Jesus is injured, I tell you what, then they should obviously do the needful. I went ahead to obviously read on a certain comment coming in through from the man himself, that is Mikel Arteta, when asked onto the number 9 situation at Arsenal. He was like, we have very many number 9s at Arsenal that can do the job, so we're not going to be into the market obviously looking for number 9. But as it stands, if Jesus has not gone ahead to kick a ball for 30 minutes, this season, and he's injured, that's a message being sent to Arsenal that he's obviously going to be injured throughout the season. You get? So, that is the most worrying bit of Arsenal, the players out for the game of Aston Villa, and that means Kai Havertz is the only striker and Eddie Nketiah is going to be on the bench. And I don't know how Arsenal really going to be really doing the due diligence to obviously get on players like these. And I'm going to be bringing you more information about this, but I tell you what, it's really very perturbing for the side of Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta needs to do the needful to see to it that he gets in the player. But sorry to get in a centre forward, especially if at all Eddie Nketiah really leaves the club of Arsenal to go to Nottingham Forest. You get? They need to get in a striker, Kai Havertz, I can even tip him to score today, but he's not that kind of person that you would love to obviously have into your squad alone. What if he also gets an injury? Because these people are not like robots, because a robot gets an injury now, it gets fixed, and it really gets onto the job again because it has its spare parts. A human body doesn't have its spare parts. If someone's knee is injured, he'll be out, or he'll need some time to heal to obviously get back to where he really deserves to be. You understand? So, as it stands, this guy needs to be doing the needful. Arsenal with Jesus out, and when you look at the groin injury, let me research here. Groin injury, healing duration. Let me check the healing time for groin injury. You need up to 3 weeks, to heal. 2 to 3 weeks to heal. You get? Now, if he's gonna need two to 3 weeks to heal, what is it gonna be like for the club of Arsenal? And it shows you that there is something not going on well with Gabriel Jesus, because the manager even went ahead not to start him not really get him minutes in the game of get him more minutes in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think Jesus came on and played like, is it 10 minutes only, right? So let's leave it at that. Let's go to the game of Manchester United. That was going to see Manchester United lose the game by 2-1. Danny Welbeck, 32nd minute, put the side of Brighton ahead. Man United leveled in the 60th minute through Amad Diallo. João Pedro in the 90th plus 5th minute went ahead, obviously capitalized onto that poor marking of Manchester United. And guess what happened? United went ahead to find themselves in a position of obviously losing that game by 2-1. And these were the stats of the game. Brighton had 14 shots at goal. United had 11. 5 shots on target by Brighton. 4 shots on target by Manchester United. 47% ball possession by Brighton. Manchester United had 53% possession and 463 passes completed by Brighton. Manchester United completed 507. 85% passing accuracy. United had 87% passing accuracy. 9 fouls by Brighton. 13 fouls by Manchester United. 1 yellow card to Brighton and 2 yellow cards to the club of Manchester United. no red cards issued, 0 offsides to Brighton, and 6 offsides to the side of Manchester United, 4 corners to each team. That's how everything went ahead to pan out at the Falmer Stadium. United have gone ahead to lose their second game of the season. Ever since Erik ten Hag came in here, he has been losing his second game. He has been losing his second game of the season. Remember how he lost in the first season? He lost to Brighton in the opening game, and he lost to Brentford. In the second season, he won against Wolverhampton Wanderers, but he lost against Tottenham Hotspur in his second game. And this season, he won against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he's going to hit lose against Brighton. You understand? So, shows you that a lot has to be done. But if at all you want to see my reaction to that game, go to the United Matters channel. Everything is really already put up there into the mix. The table is looking as follows. Brighton still on top, 2 games, 6 games with a goal difference of 2. With a goal difference of 4 goals. Man City is leading right now by 3 goals to 1, and they're playing against a side called Ipswich. They're in second position. They're also having 4 goals in there for you. They are level at everything, goals scored, but you anticipate that by the end of this game, Man City will have gone ahead to score more goals, and they'll be really on top of the Premier League table. Tottenham Hotspur is leading Everton by 2 goals to 0, and it's obviously 4 points there. Arsenal 3 points, Liverpool 3, and all these other teams are going to play 1 game. Man United is 9th now with 2 games played and 3 points gotten in. Leicester 1-1 into the mix, and they are really drawing the Fulham. Emily Smith was going to hit to score his first goal for the side of Fulham into the mix. That's the table, and that's how it's really looking right about now. Now, João Pedro, who scored the winner for Brighton as they went ahead to beat the team I support, known as Manchester United at the Falmer Stadium, has come out and really said the following about the manager. Remember, this manager is just 31 years of age. He was born a year after the Premier League had gone ahead to start. That is 1993. And speaking to TNT Sport about Fabian Heisler, he said, "I think he's a very good person. He always tries to push us to believe in ourselves, to keep it going. I think it was another big game for us, another 3 points, and this is what he wants, to fight, push until the end." That's what we are getting in through from the man himself, known as João Pedro, obviously opening his account of the season by really scoring that winner against Manchester United. By the way, João Pedro, he is one of those players that you should pay a lot of attention to detail to, because he has gonna hit obviously launch himself into this side of Brighton. He was bought in from the side of Watford last season but won, but he's really doing the due diligence and is not really stopping to obviously do what he's supposed to be doing. And I believe that whenever Ferguson comes back, something different will obviously have to erupt from this side, because it's really looking good and better, and they're improving day in and out. So we are powered by Mono Gadgets. That is it. And you can call them on +256 70 99 88 665. They deal in brand new phones and brand new laptops. They also deal in used phones and used laptops from the UK. Call them, WhatsApp them, make your inquiries about any gadget you want to get, provided it's into the phone and laptop clan, right? So you can as well go on to what we call TikTok. Follow them up at Mono Gadgets. Rokani David remains my name. We sign out for now. See you later, and we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. The Christians, bye-bye. And the entire viewers, continue to subscribe. We are returning with what we call the Match Day Live. Arsenal taking on the side of Aston Villa. Biggest game of the day. I'm out.